At our wedding, my wife raised her glass and said, "This dance is for the man I've loved for 10 years. She walked past me and stopped in front of my brother. Everyone applauded until I asked my father one question. My wife froze. My brother collapsed. I'm still not sure how I stood upright to the whole thing, because the second Megan said those words, my brain felt like it disconnected from my body. We were standing inside the Grand Imperial Hotel in Chicago, marble floors polished, so clean you could see reflections of people's disappointment before they even opened their mouths. 300 guests, a string quartet, a wedding planner who nearly had a breakdown over flower arrangements, and me, Noah Turner, 33 years old, newly married for exactly 51 minutes, and already regretting everything I'd agreed to. Megan stood in her lace gown, the kind that looks like it belongs in a fashion exhibit, holding the microphone like she rehearsed all her life. "This dance," she said, all sweet and trembling, "belongs to a man who's held my heart for a decade." And everyone thought it was sentimental, poetic, adorable. They actually smiled. They clapped when she stepped toward the head table. And then those smiles wavered, just slightly, when she didn't stop at me. She brushed past my chair like I was a coat rack. She went straight to my brother, Jacob. He was already standing, already smoothing his tux, already wearing that grin. God, that stupid grin. Like he'd just gotten away with something and couldn't believe his luck. And Megan reached for him like they were in a movie. A romantic one. Not the horror film they'd thrown me into without warning. She took his hand. "To the man who's always been there," she said, staring at him like I wasn't even alive. "My closest friend, the one who understands me best." The room melted into applause again. People actually cheered. Someone even whistled. The band started playing Can't Help Falling in Love, which, let me tell you, is not a song two people should be dancing to unless they're planning on sleeping in the same bed afterward. The worst part? They moved together so naturally. No awkward steps. No hesitations. Their bodies fit. It was obvious to me the second I saw them sway. They'd done this before. A lot. My dad, sitting 2 seats over, clapped like this was all perfectly normal. He had that same corporate smile he wore at board meetings, the one that didn't reach his eyes. And something in me cracked. Not loudly, quietly, fatally, but I didn't do anything yet. I just watched like a man watching a train coming but unable to move. I should tell you the context, right? Because otherwise I sound like an idiot who walked into this on purpose. The truth is, I kind of did, but not because I wanted to. My family owns Turner Development Group, a big Midwest real estate company worth roughly $310 million. My father, Richard Turner, spent 40 years building it. I've worked there since business school. My brother joined 5 years ago, and Dad adored him instantly. Charming, funny, the kind of guy who makes waiters remember him, and women overlook red flags. 3 months before the wedding, Dad called me into his office. The corner one with skyline views and furniture so heavy it could dent the earth. "You're marrying Megan Hayes," he said. Not asked, stated. Megan's father, Andrew Hayes, ran Hayes Manufacturing, and Dad had been negotiating a merger for nearly 2 years. A merger worth $500 million combined. Andrew wants family integration, Dad said, meaning marriage. I laughed because I thought he was joking. He wasn't. "You met her twice," Dad told me. "You'll get to know each other. It's good for both companies. And if I don't?" I asked. Dad's expression went flat, stone cold. Then Jacob becomes heir. That was it. That was the threat. Lose the company or marry a woman I barely knew. I said yes. Megan and I started dating like 2 professionals rehearsing for a PR campaign. Dinners, polite conversation, nothing real. She was beautiful, elegant, but always distant. And Jacob? He offered to help with wedding planning. "You're drowning in work," he said. "Let me handle the details with Megan." And like an idiot, I agreed. Months of them planning together. Late nights, trips, phone calls that got quiet the second I walked in. I told myself it was stress. Logistics. Normal wedding chaos. Turns out it wasn't. Back to the dance floor. When the song finally ended, Megan returned to table, wiping happy tears. Guests raved about how touching her speech was. Dad raised his glass for a toast, and I stood up. Loud chair scrape. Sudden silence. And I said, "Dad, I have a question." Megan tensed. Jacob stopped breathing. Dad lowered his glass slowly, like he sensed something coming. Since Megan just publicly declared she's been in love with Jacob for 10 years, I said, "Are you planning to tell everyone here how much of Turner Development you secretly signed over to them last week?" It was like I detonated a bomb. My father's face drained. Megan's glass slipped. Jacob stumbled into his chair like his legs gave out. Andrew Hayes shot out of his seat like someone lit him on fire. The room erupted, people shouting, board members demanding answers, my dad stammering, trying to deny everything. So I pulled up the photo on my phone. The stock transfer agreement I'd found in Dad's office safe 6 days earlier. His signature. Jacob's signature. Megan's signature, still under her maiden name because the wedding hadn't happened yet. 48% of the company transferred to them as joint owners. Effective the moment they got married. Not me, them, meaning they were planning to force me out slowly or wait for something worse. I said all of that, out loud, in front of everyone. Then I added, and my brother and my wife have been sleeping together for at least 2 years. Complete chaos. Andrew Hayes disowned Megan on the spot. Guests backed away like the drama might infect them. Jacob tried to run. My friends blocked him. Megan grabbed my arm and begged. I let her explain. Explain what? I said, "You just told 300 people you love my brother." She crumpled. I walked out, called my lawyer, filed injunctions, froze the stock transfer, filed for divorce, exposed everything during the hearing a week later. Unauthorized bonuses to Jacob, secret consulting payments to Megan, all approved by Dad behind the board's back. When the dust settled, Dad was removed as CEO. Jacob was fired. Megan got nothing thanks to our prenup. Hayes Manufacturing pulled out of the merger and initiated legal action against my father. My family imploded in under 10 days. Dad sent me a letter months later apologizing. I didn't respond. Some fractures don't heal. It's been a year now. I became COO. The company is stable again. Stronger, even. I'm dating slowly, cautiously. And every so often someone asks if I'd go back and change it. If I wish I'd stayed quiet at the wedding. No, absolutely not. They spent 10 years dancing in secret. I just made sure the world was watching when the music finally stopped.